9:23 hours. On board the guided missile cruiser USS Princeton, the SPY-1B radar sweeps the horizon. A single bright contact appears, moving fast, locking directly onto the path of the USS Nimitz carrier strike group. It was meant to be another day of freedom of navigation operations, safeguarding open sea lanes in international waters. But here, nothing is ever truly routine. Ahead lies the South China Sea, a commercial lifeline worth $3.4 trillion a year. Containers from Singapore, LNG from South Korea, electronics from Japan, all depend on the U.S. Navy to ensure safe passage. This morning, a Chinese Type Z052D destroyer suddenly accelerates. No radio call, no warning, just a speed gauge climbing, and a cold tension settling inside the Combat Information Center. The question hangs in the air: is this just a bluff, or the spark that could ignite World War III? In under 90 seconds, the Chinese destroyer surges from 18 to 30 knots. Princeton's target classification updates instantly. Threat level, high. In the command room, the tactical action officer reports to the captain, distance 200 kilometers, closing fast. At this rate, it will enter missile release range in under 17 minutes. But the captain's order is clear. Hold fire. Maintain discipline. Immediately, the cooperative engagement capability and Link 16 network push all threat data to every ship in the carrier group. The USS Nimitz adjusts course to maintain perfect launch and recovery wind. Escorts USS Chunghoon and USS Kidd shift into a steel ring of protection around the carrier. On civilian radar, 46 merchant vessels move through the area. A Singapore-flagged container ship loaded with semiconductors, a $200 million South Korean LNG tanker. Every captain aboard those vessels is counting on the U.S. Navy to keep these waters safe. Holding discipline is not weakness. It's the mark of a professional Navy, watching, recording, and waiting to see what the opponent plays first. Minutes later, the E-2D Hawkeye reports multiple new contacts. J-15 Flying Shark fighters lifting off from the Chinese carrier Shandong. But without catapults, they rely on ski jump launches, lighter fuel, lighter weapons, slower climb. Beneath the surface, Princeton's sonar picks up a heavy, rhythmic mechanical noise. The acoustic profile matches a Type 039 diesel-electric submarine, running on battery and snorkeling to recharge. In modern naval warfare, that's like switching on a neon sign saying, "Here I am." The American response is immediate. EA-18G Growlers climb into jamming orbits, ALQ-99 pods scrambling Chinese radars with phantom targets. FA-18E, F, Super Hornets launch in a 3-layer wall, high, medium, low, overlapping engagement zones, all connected via Link 16. When one sees a threat, all see it. By contrast, the PLA's J-15s must keep close for visual and voice coordination, an outdated tactic that makes them predictable. They've stepped into a chess game where every move is visible to the opponent, and the Americans hold every counterplay. 09:47 hours. Clear signal. The Chinese destroyer's Type 346A phased array radar stops scanning and locks. Fire control quality. Onto the USS Nimitz. In naval terms, that's the equivalent of pointing a loaded weapon at someone's head. Inside Princeton's CIC, SPY-1B feeds update firing solutions. SM-6s with a 240 nautical mile reach, SM-2s and the 5-inch gun, all ready in seconds. The captain remains steady. Stand by. Hold your fire. Above, a lone J-15 breaks formation, diving toward an American FA-18E in a low intimidation pass. The U.S. pilot, Top Gun trained, rolls inverted, sliding into perfect firing position behind the Chinese jet. One squeeze of the trigger would end it, but the finger stays still. This silence isn't hesitation, it's a message. The U.S. will not be baited. Every move is documented, every emission recorded. Not just for today, but for when the evidence will matter. 0416 July 18th, 2025. USS Gerald R. Ford, 100,000 tons of steel and the pride of the U.S. Navy, is 217 nautical miles east of Taiwan. From the southwest, 12 YJ-21E hypersonic cruise missiles race in at Mach 5. Above them, over 20 electronic warfare drones swarm, jamming sensors. The launch point, Chinese carrier Luoyang-01. Inside the CIC, red lights flash. The captain orders a 3-layer defense. Layer 1. Escort USS Thomas Hudner fires 5 SM-6s in 14 seconds, killing 3 missiles at 41,000 feet. Layer 2. Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles launch in pairs from Ford, splashing 8 low-flying drones. Layer 3. CIWS Phalanx Gatling guns roar. 4,500 tungsten rounds a minute, shredding one drone just 210 yards from the flight deck. In under 2 minutes, all 33 threats are gone. No casualties, no damage, just precision under pressure. An officer whispers, "This is not a drill." But on deck, every movement is controlled. This isn't panic. This is a warning. The attacker has chosen the wrong target. Within 90 seconds, the tactical picture is complete. E-2D Hawkeyes, MQ-4C Tritons, and MQ-25 Stingrays converge data on one point. Luoyang-01, north of the Bashi Channel, flanked by 2 Type 055 destroyers. Order from the flagship. Target confirmed. Prepare counterstrike. From a forward base in Guam, 4 B-1B Lancers, airborne since 1120, close in, refueled mid-flight by KC-46 Pegasus tankers. Each carries 2 AGM-183A ARRW hypersonic missiles, Mach 7, over 1,000-kilometer range, built to break any defense. 1441-32. Weapons free. 2 ARRWs drop from each bomber, arcing down invisible to conventional radar. 1442-17. First impact. Forward flight deck, tearing through machinery spaces, igniting a firestorm. Second, into the magazine section, detonating munitions in a chain reaction. From 20,000 feet, a P-8A Poseidon films, towering 600-foot fire pillars, debris spinning into the sea. 1456. The carrier lists hard starboard. 1501. The deck is submerged. 1507. Luoyang-01 disappears under 19,000 feet of water. On Ford's deck, silence. No cheers. Only Rear Admiral Marcus Vance's voice. Mission complete. Broadcast nothing. Let them feel the silence. This isn't just retaliation. It's a statement. Strike the U.S. Navy and you sign your own destruction order. The Philippine Sea is calm again. But today's ripples will travel far. In Tokyo, Canberra, Manila, Honolulu, commanders who watched in real time remain silent. They've seen not just a victory, but proof of instant, precise, disciplined reaction. In Beijing, broadcasts switch to archival footage. On social media, Luoyang-01 becomes unsearchable within hours. No statements, just silence. The lesson: 21st century sea power isn't measured in tonnage of steel, but in readiness, multi-domain integration, and speed of decision. The U.S. doesn't declare dominance. It demonstrates it. In silence, without theatrics. If you believe in deterrence through discipline and in protecting free seas, share this story. Subscribe for more strategic analysis, and remember, when the storm passes, it will still be the Stars and Stripes standing watch.